Hello everyone and welcome back to another math video. Today we're going to be talking about the surface area of cubes and prisms, similar to the problems that you see up on the screen here. Just a reminder, this is the speedrun version where we go through it pretty quickly. If you'd like the normal version of the lesson, I will link that in the description below. Okay, your Ricasso Recap starts now. In 30 seconds or less, here's what you need to know before you start this lesson. Firstly, you should already be familiar with how to find the area of rectangles. Secondly, you should already know how to find the area of triangles. And lastly, you should already know how to create and read net diagrams. If you'd like a refresher on any of these three topics, I will link videos in the description below. Please go watch those before you start this lesson. All right, new lesson starts now. Here we go. So it says a triangular prism is shown below. Prism is just a 3D object, we'll say. Okay. The first question is pretty familiar. It says, which diagram is a net for the prism? Okay, we've already talked about nets. For this one, we should be able to see that in the diagram there's this 25-inch side length, and if you look at this very carefully, there is no 25-inch side length, so this cannot be the right net. So this one on the left is the right net. Now the new thing for today, it says, what is the surface area of the triangular prism? Surface area would be like saying if we were going to cover this shape with wrapping paper, how much wrapping paper would we need? Okay, and the way we answer that is we look at each individual side of the prism, or each, we call them faces in geometry. So what's nice is we have this net, okay? The net is all of the sides. And so let's label this. We'll call this rectangle A, this rectangle B, this rectangle C, triangle D, and triangle E. And if we find the area of each of these, okay, A, B, C, D, and E, all of these shapes, and then we add them together, we will get the surface area. Now, we should already know how to do these area formulas, so I'm going to do this work over here pretty quickly. Okay, so what I've done over here on the left is I've calculated the area for each shape, and I've labeled it, right? A, B, C, D, E. All right, and now we just add all those numbers together. I've added all the numbers over here on the right. When you add them all together, you get 2,100 square inches, because this is area. And that's all there is for this type of problem. For this type of problem, they don't give you the net. Okay, so you have to be able to visualize all of the sides of this prism. So let's call this rectangle A. Then on the other side, there's rectangle B. On the bottom, there's rectangle C. Then we've got triangle D. And on the other side, triangle E. And now we have all the numbers. So now we just calculate the area for each one again. Here is the work for each of the sides. And when you add them all together, you get that the surface area of this shape is 240 millimeters squared, or square millimeters. All right, here's our cool clock for today, which means that it's time for you to practice what you just learned. Go ahead and pause the video and try this problem on your own. And when you're ready, you can unpause the video and we'll check your answer. Okay, now they've had time to work this problem. Let's check your solutions. For the first part of the problem, it says the net, the one on the right-hand side is correct. The one on the left is missing a whole rectangle. And for the second part of the problem, I labeled each of the rectangles, found the area of each, add them together. We get that the surface area is 52 square centimeters. All right, that's it for today. I hope you all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.